Hi and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about how to calculate an average in Microsoft Excel. If you find this useful, please click on that like button, consider subscribing, tapping that bell, it means a lot to the channel. And with all that said, let's jump on over to Excel. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at here is a little mini table that we've set up. So this is a sales table full of salespeople and the amount of sales they've achieved across a year. So in this little matrix here we have all of the sales by salesperson by month. And what I've done here is I've actually just put a total column in so we can see the total value of their sales across the 12 months. Now the fundamental basics of an average is to take this total and divide it by the number of months. So in this case it would be 12, if you were using quarters it would be divided by 4, and so forth. However, Excel has an average function that basically does all the calculations for you, so you don't have to worry about counting the number of cells with values in them or summarizing the data before doing the divide by the quantity. So normally you would approach this by doing a couple of different things. First thing you would do is actually be equal sum, summarize the range just here, and then divide that by a count of that range as well. So if I just do that, and we get to an average of 617.08. Now that is a really long-winded way of doing it, and you wouldn't need to do that anymore in Excel. Instead, what you'd want to use is the average function. So to do that, I'm just going to move this to one side so we can remember what the average is. And we're just going to come back here. Right, so the first thing that we're going to do is open up an equal sign and type the word average. Now as you type this, Excel will realize that you're after an average function and will give you some of the suggestions. Now there are a couple of different types of averages available here. There's average, AverageA, average if, average ifs, and de-average. Now there are, out of those 5 average functions, they operate slightly differently depending on what you're trying to achieve. But we're only going to be talking about the standard average function to start with. So what we'll do is with this one here where it says average, just double click that and it will insert the formula into the formula bar ready for you to work with. So the first thing you'll notice is it says number 1 and then number 2 and so forth, right? It continues down. And there's multiple different ways you can do this. The easiest way is to click and drag the range of cells that you would like to average, just like this here. You could also just type it in, so we could say C2 to N2, like so. Or if it was a range of cells that were not adjacent, you could click each one, use a comma to select, and each individual cell just separated by a comma, and now we can average just those specific cells. But we're going to keep this examples pretty clean, so we're just going to click in here, drag across to December, and close the bracket and press return. Now here you can see we've calculated an average of that particular range of cells, and it equals 617.083 recurring. And as you can see from our manual calculation earlier, 617.083 recurring. So all of a sudden now we can see these two functions side by side. There's the mathematical way of doing it where you summarize it and divide by the count of values, or there's the average function, which is basically doing the same thing but obviously requires a lot less work to actually get there. Now that is your standard average function within Microsoft Excel. You can of course take this a lot further. You could look at things like an AverageA, an average if, an average ifs, or even a de-average depending on what your data set is. Now I have created a separate video specifically looking at all of the average functions, so do check that one out. But I do quickly just want to mention AverageA. So AverageA works in almost exactly the same way as an average, with one quite big exception. So if in this example here, Chris in June didn't work at all, didn't achieve any sales. He was away for sickness. That might be represented with text such as an NA, not applicable. Okay, so he was out of the business in June. Now we can see here that our average function has automatically recalculated, and you think that that would be correct. There is, however, an exception, and that's where AverageA comes in. So for starters, average only looks at number values in your range. If it sees a piece of text in there, it then removes that whole cell from the equation. So rather than there being 12 months to divide by, it's actually only dividing by 11 months because it doesn't recognize that column H here has any number-based value. And that's the difference between AverageA and average. AverageA will still divide this by 12 months, but treat the text as a 0. So for example, if I come in here and I type AverageA, open up a bracket, we can see we have the same way that we would normally process an average function. We can just drag and select the entire range, close the bracket, press return. But now you can see we have two different averages, right? So the first average here is only averaging all the sales across 11 months, whereas AverageA is still averaging out all of the sales across the 12 months, and it's taken into consideration the text and treating that as a 0, pulling the average down much lower. So in this example, I would actually use an AverageA because AverageA is more accurate to averaging out the sales across the months if one person, in this example here, Chris, was out of the business on sickness. Okay, so those are the two averages I just wanted to briefly talk about and the differences between them. Hopefully you guys did find this useful. It's a pretty basic Excel function that you should know and kind of master and understand in its entirety. But hopefully you did find it useful. If you did, please click the like button and click subscribe, tap that bell. It helps the channel out massively, and I will catch you guys in the next video.